Welcome back. The news in details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received on Monday Sultan of the Indian Bohra sect, Mufaddal Saifuddin, his sons and his representative in Cairo, Mufaddal Muhammad, in the attendance of Chief of the General Intelligence Agency, Abbas Kamil. President al-Sisi hailed the Sultan, being a dear guest visiting Egypt, and lauded his and his sect's role in restoring the holy shrines, along with other historical mosques in Egypt. The Bohra Sultan, meanwhile, expressed appreciation for Egypt under the leadership of President al-Sisi, given its efforts for enhancing tolerance and peaceful coexistence among different religious sects and social categories, based on its people's deep understanding of the correct teachings of divine religions. He also praised the comprehensive development witnessed in Egypt in all fields, as well as its active role on the regional and international arenas in support of issues of preoccupation to the Islamic world. At the end of the meeting, the head of state bestowed upon the Bohra Sultan the sash of the Nile in appreciation for the latter's activities in Egypt on the social, cultural and charitable fronts. The 31st convention of the Joint High Egyptian-Jordanian Committee kicked off on Monday in Amman, under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Jordanian Prime Minister Bishr el-Khassauna. The two sides also signed some 12 cooperation agreements and memoranda of understanding in different fields. Addressing a press conference after the meeting, Prime Minister Madbouli said that over the past years, all the challenges and problems hindering the path of cooperation have been removed and were crowned with important development projects, including in the fields of infrastructure, energy and public transportation. The Prime Minister asserted Egypt's keen interest in boosting future cooperation in all fields, in line with presidential directives, and hailed the care that the Egyptian community receives in Jordan. The Jordanian Prime Minister, meanwhile, said the convention reviewed the progress of bilateral cooperation, as well as the Arab industrial integration with the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. El-Khassauna asserted his country's keenness on boosting the three-way mechanism with Egypt and Iraq. The Jordanian top official also said he agreed with the Egyptian side on supporting the two-state solution as the only means of solving the Middle East conflict. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry took part on Monday in the first ministerial meeting after Sudan's neighboring states summit in the Chadian capital, N'Djamena. The meeting aims at introducing solutions to settle the Sudanese crisis and maintain the African country's territorial integrity. Addressing the meeting, Shoukry said that the initiative, launched by Sudan's neighbors in Cairo, was the largest proof of their keenness to stand by the African country to overcome its plight and put an end to its devastating conflict. He noted that Egypt, in particular, was keen to establish contact among all Sudanese parties and bring them to negotiations for a way out of the crisis. Egypt's top diplomat said the meeting is a real interpretation of the Cairo summit's recommendation for hammering out a thorough vision and taking coordinative steps towards halting the Sudanese bloodshed, maintaining Sudan's unity and stability, and curbing the repercussions of its crisis on its neighbor states. The Foreign Minister stressed on the significance of concerted efforts for convincing the conflicting parties in Sudan to immediately cease fire. He called on the neighbor states to take immediate procedures to deliver quick relief aid to the Sudanese people. Minister of Defense and Military Production Mohammad Zeki met on Monday with Serbia Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister Miloš Vučević and his accompanying delegation, who arrived in Egypt on an official visit that lasts for several days. An official reception ceremony was held for him at the headquarters of the General Secretariat of the Defense Ministry. The meeting tackled a number of issues of mutual concern, including military cooperation and the transfer and exchange of experiences between the Egyptian and Serbian armed forces. The Serbian Defense Minister expressed his full appreciation for Egypt's active role in its regional and international environment, hoping that the next stage will witness support for new horizons in the fields of military cooperation for both countries. Meanwhile, Minister of Defense and Military Production Mohammad Zaki witnessed on Monday the implementation of a new phase of Mobilization Command Center project for the North Naval Fleet. The project aims at boosting combating skills and physical fitness, as well as readiness capabilities to protect the homeland and preserve its sanctities. The exercise comes within the annual training plan of the armed forces. Welcome back. Egypt's stock market indices closed high on Monday's trading session, boosted by purchasing operations made by corporations, Arab and foreign investment funds. The benchmark EGX30 index went up by 0.8%. The equal weighted index, EGX70 of small and medium shares, was up by 0.82%. And the more expanded EGX100 rose by 0.89%.